What's going on, YouTubers? As I promised this video, I'm going to tell you guys how to leave your job in 5 to 10 years. I'm going to talk about some simple steps. So if you're one of those people who you have a job and you don't like it and you need to get out, first step is to lose your emotional attachment. Get happy. Create a plan and get happy right away. Let's get into this video, but first I'm going to do some house cleaning. Below, there's going to be a link or a few links. I'm going to have to clean up house here. There's going to be a few links. One of the links is going to be to my Twitter account. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, and if I'm not making enough videos to keep up with the information that you need, you can always follow me on Twitter and check out some of my tweets. Some of them will mostly be about business stuff and awkward things. So if you're a real follower of my information and you want to kind of enrich your mind with some of the information that I have, sometimes I do it in text because I write a lot, and that's one of the reasons why I wrote a book. I'm going to put a link to one of my books in the information below. I have a book that I wrote, How You Could Become a Top-Rated Seller on eBay and a Power Seller. I'm going to give you guys information if you wanted to start a business or something. So that information is going to be within this video too. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment below if you have some questions, but definitely subscribe and turn on the notifications on your on the video. So hit the notification button. Make sure you get notifications when I upload a video. So get ready for that, because I'm going to get on a uploading storm. I have one announcement that I have to make, guys. I really need to be more productive on YouTube. I haven't been because I have a lot of things going on, but I really want to put a lot of information out there, all right? Because my subscribers and my listeners, you guys are like a family to me, and I got to get this information out. A lot of you guys have been hitting me up on, social media, emailing and stuff like that or whatever. A lot of people want me to put this information out. I've been getting a lot of requests for information or to talk about more things, and people are running away from me, going to other people, but they want the information from me. So I apologize for not uploading enough videos. I've taken months off at times, and I want to get more proactive. And I also want to do this YouTube thing. I want to get closer to a point. I have a goal that in the next 2 years, I want to make it so that my YouTube starts becoming a bulk of my investments. So it's going to be increasing volume in my investment portfolio. So let's talk about a few things. Let's talk about how you can leave your job in the next 5 to 10 years. So I'm going to just get into the information. I'm sorry about the house cleaning. I hope I still have you guys' attention here. So just remember, follow me on Twitter. All right. I also have a link if you want to start trading commission free on Robinhood. Use my link so I can hook you up with a free stock. And then I'll get a free stock as well. But let's do business together, people. And there's going to be a link to my book if you want to become a seller on eBay. It'll tell you all the things you need to do. And even if you don't want to sell on eBay, it'll be great to have this book, because you'll have a part of my story. You'll understand why I turned my life around when I was dead broke and I was living in the minus area, and how I turned my life around, and how I became a self-taught success story here in my life, to myself at least. Because I measure success as acquiring the right knowledge that you need in order to, create growth for yourself. So if you're going in the right direction, that's success. If you could calculate and you could measure growth, then you know you're doing the right thing. All right, so let's talk about it. So I'm not going to go in a particular order. I have it written down, so I'm looking at my notes beneath me. So I'm gonna say something. I'm not gonna get into too many details. I'm gonna take number 6. I'm gonna tell you like this. The last one I wrote down was learn about business and self-improvement. So learn about business and self-improvement, right? That's how you're gonna leave your job in 5 to 10 years. Learn about business and self-improvement. So if you hate your job and it's miserable and it's killing you and you can't stand it anymore. Learn about business and self-improvement. So you want to change a lot of your habits. So now I'm going to go into how you're going to learn about business and self-improvement by cutting into number 5, and I'm going to combine that to number 6. I'm going to re-explain number 6, and I'm not going in order here. Cut off 80% of your emotional attachment to valueless things like social media. Okay? Now, what I mean by that is don't cut off social media. Just cut off valuable things within it, right? So if you spend a lot of time BSing on social media, stop right away. Because if you were to look at how much time you spend on social media and you were to be honest with it, and you say, okay, if I use the same amount of time to either work a business or produce something that's going to make me income, what's going to happen is I'm going to start making more money in my life. And that's exactly what will happen. So let's go into something really quick. Cut cost and increase revenue. So cut costs and increase revenue. So sometimes to have success, you have to make very huge sacrifices. I'm not going to lie to you here. On this YouTube channel, I'm going to be dead honest with my subscribers. Okay? That's probably the reason why I'm not as popular as I should be. You have to make huge sacrifices. You have to be prepared for it. You have to cut things that you never thought you'd cut. I'm going to give you an example. If you cannot save money because your expenses are too high, you have to let something go. Not necessarily your car, because that's what you got to use to get back and forth to work. Not necessarily your apartment, because you need a place to live. Unless you have a family member where you say, hey, I need to save money. Can I come stay here for a year and pay you a little bit of rent? I really need to get back on my feet and save some money so that I can, my job is killing me, whatever the case may be, right? So cut. If you have to, get rid of your phone. Get rid of your mobile plan. Get rid of your phone, okay? As long as it's not going to cost you money to get rid of it. If you're outside of your contract, drop it. Cut it off. I know some people can't live without a phone. Oh, what if I get in an emergency? How often does it happen when you really get into a real emergency? Cut it. Let's suppose your cell phone bill is $100 a month. If you cut it and took that money and saved it, put it in your bank account and invested 50% of that income, 50% of that income in investments and stocks, the other 50% in savings. So now you cut something. If you did that for a whole year, you'd have more than that money set aside. You'll have more than $1,200 because the 50% that you put into investments is going to grow through dividends. So you got to cut stuff if you want to make money. You got to learn to cut. Okay, so let's talk about investments. Invest at least 40% of your savings into stocks and bonds. Okay, now what we've learned through our upbringing is that you have to go to work to make money. Guess what? I'm here to tell you guys, your parents lied to you. Now you have permission never to listen to them again. And you can tell them, hey, I'm going to listen to Harry. I'm going to listen to the brand builder, and I'm not listening to you anymore. You could do that. You have my permission. I'm not trying to be egotistical here. I'm trying to be honest. Yeah, that sounds pretty cruel, right? But let's be honest. No one should be able to look and say that Did my parents have my best interests in mind when I was growing up? Did they put away money for me and save and invest some of my money and teach me how to balance my account and not how to chase bills and acquire liabilities and ignore assets? Did they do that for me? If the answer is no, then you have my permission to stop listening to them from now on. So, I think I heard Jim Cramer say this before. He said, stop buying your kids Christmas presents and start buying them stocks and bonds so that when they're infants and they're kids, they can grow up and they have pretty good investments and savings. Okay? That would be the greatest thing to do. Now, no one did that for me in particular, but I learned how to do it on my own because when I became 18 years old, I pretty much left the nest before I was 18, to be honest with you. But I pretty much left the nest and I decided to listen to myself. And I cannot tell you how much of a relief that was because I no longer had to listen to anyone else. So let's talk about step number 2 and I'll give you my full opinion and I'm going to go uncharted. But I wanted to create a list and I went backwards so that I can trace my steps and I could put the information in the comments below so that I have a point to where I can refer to if needed. So number 2, even though I went backwards, is create an income stream that can make you extra money and save that money. That's why I went to number 3, save, or whatever the case may be. I'm going backwards because I recently just wrote it. I had an idea in my head. Creating an income stream. In other words, find a way to make an extra income, right? Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. I bumped into a guy yesterday. His name is Steph. So basically, he drives Uber. And he showed me that he had made $250 in one day. So if you have a job and you're getting paid minimum wage, but you have a car, and you want to create a business or an income stream, hey, maybe it's time to start looking at other things because we live in a disruptive economy. If you hate your job, I'm going to tell you my greatest opinion after I'm done with these steps, so I'm going to tell you guys what to do. So think about that, all right? Income stream. So, okay, let me get through this because I don't want this video to be too long, but I have to get this information to you guys because I want to be honest and I want to make sure I cover everything before you guys say, oh, you just told me how to leave my job in 5 to 10 years. So don't do it until you get all the information and hypothetically, this is only entertainment. This is only my value. I'm not telling you that this is what you have to do. This is just a suggestion and it's just to entertain your mind and to get you think. You want to read some business articles, you want to go to other people. I'm not the end all be all. I'm not advocating that you don't listen to your parents and listen to me or anything like that, for real. That's why I make these videos, just to get inside your head and give you some thoughts. I'm like, what's his name? Morpheus in the Matrix. I'm like Morpheus. You know, I'm trying to wake you up and tell you the choice is yours, right? So even the Oracle, I'm like the Oracle actually. I'm telling you it's your choice. Your choice. You can decide what you want to do. So, okay, number 1 is create a plan to save money, right? Let me give you an example. If all you can save is $20 a week, find a way to turn that into $120 a week. Very important. I don't care how long it takes you. If it takes you a month to figure it out, get it done. So now if you create a plan, whether it's sacrificing, right? If you eat out all the time, if you like eating out and spending all your money on buying food because that's the only entertainment value that you have in your life, you need to cut it out. Sacrifice, cut it, because your future is more important. You could do that all day in the future as much as you want, as long as you start building empires and building assets over liabilities. So the general option of this thing is to acquire more assets than liabilities, because if you have more liabilities than assets, your job is going to offset those liabilities. You're working just to pay liabilities, and now you are a slave. You are a slave. So if you have liabilities and job, okay, because your liabilities go like this and your job goes like this, and then you're being crushed by pink cookies in a plastic bag. Thank you, LL Cool J. Boom! This is you, and this is your liabilities. Your liabilities is above your net asset value, right? So your debt's up here, and you're down here. How do you think you're going to do this if you don't acquire assets? There's no way in the world, unless you could find a job that's going to pay you $100,000 more than you're getting paid right now. I just made a video recently about why you should not buy a house unless you choose to use it to make money. Never buy a home unless you're using it to make money. So let's suppose you're young and you live at home and you're thinking to yourself, I want to buy a house one day. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're single, do not buy a home unless you plan to rent it out. 3 family or better. 3 family or better. 4 family, perfect. 5 family, perfect. Because what you want to do when you get your mortgage is you want to more than double your mortgage. You need the profit. Get in there because things are going to happen. You might have to fix the plumbing, anything else. And all you want to do is be able to go into your checking account, write a check, tell the plumber, fix the problem, get it over with. Boom. Call your tenants, problem fixed. Have a nice day. Boom. Make sure you have my rent at the end of the month. 1, 2, 3. Okay? You need to think about doing business. Everybody gets a credit card and then you're trying to fight your liabilities with credit, and credit starting to eat you up because they want a percentage. See, compound interest can either work against you or for you, because if credit card companies eat up your debt for you, what they're going to do is they're going to send you into higher debt. They're going to say, I paid this much, I want 23% back. I want 18% back. I want 15%. I'll pay this for you, but you got to pay me back 15%. Don't chase your debt. I'm going to tell you guys what you're going to do. Do not chase your debt. Chase assets, because if you chase your debt's going like this, right? And it's running from you, but your debt can run faster. And you don't have enough horsepower to catch up to your debt, right? You're like a little minivan with no power, like this, boom. And then your debt's like, haha, I'm a Ferrari. Boom, your debt's a Ferrari, and you're like a minivan trying to chase a Ferrari. Get out of here. Stop. You need to go get a Ferrari. And how do you get a Ferrari? I'm not saying generally, I'm hypothetically speaking. How do you get a Ferrari? You acquire assets. Your assets are a Ferrari. So if you were to get a rental property and you rent it out and you're more than doubling your mortgage and you're making a profit every month and you put that money, don't spend it. You want to quit your job. You want to continue working. Now you have 2 sets of income, right? You have other incomes and stuff like that, right? Instead of spending that money, save that money, reinvest it, get another property and get another one. Just keep going. Never stop. That's right. Invest in assets, stocks, bonds. Not everybody's going to want to become a landlord. It is a headache. But I tell you what, you know who's better than you at doing business? Companies. That's why they offer ownership, right? I was looking at Toyota Motor Company, right? They paid $3.95 a dividend per year. They're $115 per share, right? AT&T is at what, $35 or $36? They pay $1.96 a share per year. But if you had 100 shares, how much money did you make? If you have 1,000 shares, how much money do you make per quarter, right? What about high functioning ETFs like SDIV, ticker number? Here's a few clues, right? You invest in it, the company's about $22 a share, pays 12 cents dividend. Its net asset value matches the market value that it's selling at as a stock. And make sure you download Robinhood if you want to get a free stock, and also you want to do commission-free trading, because if you're trading at a commission, then how good is your dividends going to be when you're being eaten up by a commission? So anyway, yeah, so think about this one company paying you 12 cents a month. If you had 100 shares of it, you're making $12 a month, right? What if you had 1,000 shares? You're making $120 a month. But I would never put all my eggs in one basket. Make sure you diversify. I try to create a list of stocks, and that's what I'm working on my board. I don't think you guys can see the writing here. I'm talking about Apple. Apple pays $2.76 per share. AT&T is $196, and for that it's $160 a share. Home Depot is trending at $160. Coca-Cola pays $1.46 a share. It's $45. General Motors, there's a lot of company. U.S. Steel Company, I think it's pretty cheap though, the dividend for U.S. Steel Company, and it's I think it's around $28 to $38. I can't remember. But yeah, change your habits, because some people are on social media and you're going on Facebook and Instagram and all this other Snapchat. Start looking at ways to make money. Create a plan. Save your money. Invest your money. Invest it into businesses. Create businesses and keep moving. Go to work and be happy. I know your job may be miserable, but stop thinking about it. Create a plan, stick to the plan, and you'll be able to leave your job in 5 to 10 years. Stop thinking about your debt and stop chasing your debt, because you can't sink it alone. You want to make your payments and create a plan to pay more money towards your debt. All right? And let your other income streams invest the money for you. So use your job and really try to tackle some of that debt, but don't do it so aggressively that you're not acquiring assets, because you have to go back in time. Like, make your payments on your debt. Make your payments, continue to make your payments. Just reduce your debt threshold. Reduce finding reasons to put yourself in more debt. Like, don't go to the store and buy a shirt with your credit card because you think it's a cool shirt. Don't do that. Stop going and getting store cards. Stop going to all these other stores and applying for store credit cards just because you're going to get 10% off. Stop. All right? So the next thing is, you basically, in order to quit your job, you have to create a plan, right? So you have to try to find a way to get 1 to 2 or maybe even 3 years of income put away and saved, right? So depending on your income amount, you can't leave your job successfully. It might even take 20 years, and then you're retired. So it makes perfect sense to certain people. Some companies, you work for 20 years and you can retire. I think UPS is one of them, and you get a pension. So I'm going to tell some people who never had that kind of plan a way that they could leave their job in a shorter period of time. You could do it. You could hack into the matrix. You can find the way to hack your life. You could do it. You don't need somebody else to create an income plan for you. You could do it on your own. You just got to open your mind, subscribe to my channel, start listening to information that's more productive for you, and then hack into the matrix. Find a way to get it done. You can do it. I'm telling you right now, guys, you can do it. All you got to do is focus on building an income. Focus on building your empire. Focus on assets over liabilities. Start reading self-help books. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen R. Covey. Start reading some of these books, guys. Start Darren Hardy, right? The power of the compound effect by Darren Hardy. All right. The power of compound interest will teach you a lot. So read articles about Warren Buffett. Read articles, read books. Okay. Kevin O'Leary has a pretty good book. There's so many different things you can do, but make sure you get the knowledge and you get the wealth. Stop thinking so much about school and college. And here's a little interesting, before I end this video, I have a quick question for everybody. And I want you to, if you made it to the end of this video, I would love an answer to this question. And please don't be shy. If you're brand new to my channel and you've never seen me before, I respect it. Okay. I just want to see what your opinion is. You guys can debate with each other. Which one is better? Okay. Because I know people teach people all this crazy stuff. You tell me your opinion. Which one is better? You're a student right out of high school and you're about to go to college, but then you get an opportunity to become a partner to a master carpenter or a master electrician or something like that, or master, and he's going to pay you, or she's going to pay you $50,000 a year straight out of high school to work with them alongside their company. They have a new company. They make a lot of money. They're going to pay you $50,000. You work with them straight out of high school, or go to college, and it's going to cost you about $25,000 to $100,000, and study something that's going to teach you how to make a lot of money on your own, like becoming a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever the case may be. Which one would you rather do? All right. I'm not going to give you my opinion. I want you guys to comment below. That is the gem of this video. So if you want to leave your job in 5 to 10 years, and I'm not saying you should, this is just a video to entertain an idea. Okay, disclosure is very simple. Okay, you do not want to take my video and say this is the all end all be all, run up to your parents, close the door, say screw you, I'm listening to the Brain Builder. Which, if you still wanted to do it, be my own guest. Just don't come and blame me when you fail. All right, you have to create a plan. If the plan doesn't measure up to what you have, like let's suppose for 5 years you try to work a plan and you start doing all this stuff, right? And or you start doing other things that you learn. You start picking up better habits. You start reading these books that I'm referring to you, and you're tapping into the matrix, right? And you unplug and become aware of your surroundings, and you realize everything is a software program. But you start doing this and you realize all you have put away is $20,000. Don't leave your job. An indication that you're probably ready to leave your job, it's not so much the money part, it's what you're worth, right? If you have like 30 grand and you have things going on, you have a business that's making you a lot of money fast, and your business is making about $2,000 to $3,000 a month, or $1,000 a month, and plus you have investments that's making you pretty good money per month, yeah, you can probably leave your job because now your job is in the way and you have other things going on and other streams of income. So it depends on your value. You'll know when it's time. You'll know when it's time because you'll feel comfortable and you'll realize that now's the time. So I don't have to tell you when's the time. You'll know because it'll just make sense, because as you start making money, you'll learn things as you go along. So, and I've done this before. I've had periods where I haven't had a job for 3 years. I've had periods where I haven't had a job for 2 years. And just only recently, I have a job now. I have a full-time job. But before that, I didn't have a job for a little bit. I was just living off my savings. And because the job that I was at just wasn't in my best interest, so I just left cold turkey. And I just wanted to take a break and enjoy myself, you know, give myself some time during the summer to just breathe and go see some sights and enjoy and take a walk, exercise, and live a more healthier life. So I was trying to get out of the box. So yeah, I've done it before. I just recently got a job, and it's a really decent job. It's a high paying job. So I mean, I took it because of course you want to get as much capital as you can, right? But how long I'm going to be here at this job, I do not know. I do plan to work it for a while. Maybe I'll stay there for 5 to 10 years. Who knows? But I see an opportunity to make some money and invest some money here. And I'm really starting to consider doing Uber, becoming an Uber driver. So on the side, but I really need this YouTube thing to take off too, because I would rather get paid to give you guys this information. So make sure you subscribe and refer this channel to other people. I know this video was longer than I expected, but I was asked about this topic by numerous people and I wanted to cover it. So make sure you guys check it out. Tell me what you think. Subscribe. Go to the links below. Buy the ebook if you want it. I've noticed that I've had a spike in sales on the ebook. It's only 99 cents. It's called the eBay Bully. So if the link's not below, make sure you go to Amazon, look up the eBay Bully, and you know my name already. It's there. So check it out and tell me what you guys think. So we'll talk more on this topic, and have a great day. Enjoy. Subscribe to the channel. Get the notifications. Follow me on Twitter. Let's go.